They ruled the Black Sea for decades. Sleek destroyers, missile cruisers, submarines. But now, something small, something silent is hunting them. From the mist off Odessa, a dark shape cuts across the waves at 60 knots. No crew, no lights. Only a camera eye and a payload built to kill. They call it Sea Baby, Ukraine's secret naval drone, and tonight, it's about to make history. Before the invasion, the Black Sea was Russia's pride, guarded by the flagship Moskva, the jewel of the fleet. But since 2022, Ukraine has turned that sea into a killing ground. At first, they fought with what they had: cruise missiles, coastal artillery, and luck. Then came the drones. Small at first, recon boats with GoPro cameras and gasoline engines. Crude, but fast. Every failure became data, every sunken wreck a lesson. From workshops under Kiev's streets to shipyards hidden in river estuaries, engineers built a new generation of unmanned weapons. The result was Sea Baby Mark II, longer range, stealth hull, and an onboard guidance system resistant to jamming. Capable of traveling 800 kilometers, carrying 850 kilograms of explosives, and guided by satellite link in real time. It doesn't need a pilot on deck, only a laptop, a joystick, and a clear signal. July 2025, somewhere near Sevastopol. A storm covers the coast as radar screens flicker. Russian sailors sip tea, unaware of what's coming. 40 kilometers offshore, 3 small dots glide low across the waves. They emit no radio chatter, no heat signature strong enough to trace. To the radar operator, they look like seabirds, but each one carries enough explosives to tear open a warship's hull. The mission? Breach Sevastopol harbor and strike the Admiral Makarov, the pride of the Black Sea Fleet. A revenge strike for months of missile barrages on Odessa. For the Ukrainians, this isn't just an operation, it's a statement. You are not safe, even behind your walls. At 3:47, the first Sea Baby crosses the defensive line of buoys and nets. The storm masks its sound. The waves hide its silhouette. Cameras feed live footage back to a basement command post near Mykolaiv. A young operator, callsign Falcon 3, breathes slow through his headset. His screen shows the black outline of the harbor ahead, dotted with faint yellow lights. Target confirmed. Switching to manual control. He eases the throttle forward. Speed, 60 knots. Distance, 1.2 kilometers. At 400 meters, Russian spotlights flare to life. Machine guns open up. Tracers rip across the water. Falcon 3 keeps the drone steady, weaving through sprays of water and bullets. The image shakes violently, then freezes for a second. Static. Then a bright white flash. Moments later, seismic sensors across the peninsula register a shockwave. The Admiral Makarov is burning. Satellite images the next morning show a column of smoke rising from Sevastopol harbor. Russian officials call it a minor fire, but leaked photos tell a different story. Twisted metal, blackened decks, cranes hauling wreckage from the water. Within hours, Russian warships pull back to Novorossiysk. For the first time in decades, the Black Sea Fleet abandons its main base in fear of unmanned boats. The balance of power has shifted, not through fleets or admirals, but through code, cameras, and courage. Sea Baby isn't built in a single factory. It's a network. Civilians, engineers, and soldiers working under the Security Service of Ukraine, SBU, coordinate from secret workshops. Each drone costs roughly $250,000, a fraction of the price of the targets it destroys. Its hull is carbon fiber composite, coated with radar-absorbing material. Its brain, a military-grade autopilot unit with encrypted communication uplink. But its heart, a volunteer with a laptop. They call themselves Sea Angels, a group of drone pilots who train using simulators, racing games, even virtual reality rigs. To them, every mission is both technical and personal. They've lost friends to Russian missile strikes. Now they strike back from the sea. For the Russian fleet, the threat is constant. Every radar blip near the coastline could be death. Every storm hides an ambush. Crews sleep in body armor. Patrols run with lights off. Commanders order ships to stay farther from shore, but the drones keep coming. It's not just about destruction. It's about control through fear. The Black Sea, once a highway for Russian missiles, has become a minefield of invisible hunters. News of the Sevastopol strike races across the world. In Pentagon briefing rooms, analysts replay the footage in disbelief. A drone the size of a speedboat, guided by a civilian network, crippling a navy. Defense journals call it the beginning of maritime asymmetry. NATO begins testing counter-drone nets and sonar traps. China studies the design for its own Coast Guard fleet. Even the United States launches new programs for unmanned surface vessels, USVS, modeled after Ukraine's success. The age of the crude warship is ending, not with treaties, but with explosions in the night. Russia responds with electronic warfare, signal jammers, thermal cameras, and armed helicopters. They sink several drones, claim victory for a week. Then new footage appears. Sea Baby units skimming the waves, operating on autonomous mode, navigating only by stored GPS data. No signal, no interception, just impact. The technology is evolving faster than defense can react. It's an arms race measured in code and creativity. Now, Ukraine's engineers are building Sea Baby 3, larger payload, longer range, and AI-assisted targeting. Rumors suggest prototypes capable of coordinated swarm attacks, multiple drones acting as a single organism, overwhelming defenses. In a test earlier this month, 3 prototypes moved in formation, sharing real-time data and adjusting paths automatically. Observers called it a digital wolf pack. If true, the next naval battle won't be fought by fleets, but by algorithms. On a cold October morning, the Black Sea is quiet again. But beneath that surface, a new kind of weapon waits. No flags, no crew, no mercy. This is the face of modern warfare, where ingenuity beats firepower, and a drone built in a garage can sink a ship forged in steel. Ukraine's Sea Baby has proven one thing beyond doubt. The age of giants is over. The sea now belongs to the ghosts.